let's see if I can get this thing to record. Okay, now let's hope that this is working. Don't need those. So this is TrainerRoad and this is the ramp test, and as you can see from the profile, in terms of power or resistance, it goes up every 60 seconds. So let's load that workout. Oh, hang on. I tend to use the data on my phone because it's a bit more reliable. Okay, welcome to the ramp test. This is designed to push you to your limit, match the power to the target until no longer able. Once at failure, stop pedalling. At that time we will calculate your new FTP. So I guess there's nothing left for it. I think it should pick up if I just start to pedal. Here we that'll be fine. So it should last, tends to last about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And the first section, well, the majority of the ride should be relatively easy. It's just suddenly when it's not. So get a bit nervous before starting a ramp test because I know that I'm going to want to stop, and I really shouldn't. Gears are a bit noisy. Oh well. Oh, that's even worse. See how that goes. I don't think that's enough. Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I didn't like that low gear. Okay. Just have to be a bit noisy. So you get a little bit of a warm up. What can you see on the screen? So at the minute we've got my actual power that I'm putting out. Just checking things up. I'm not sure it's working. Oh, it is, it's just me worrying. Messing with the gears, shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so we've got power, and then you can see the target power, so that's what I'm aiming for. I don't actually have to worry about that because the trainer's in something called erg mode, so that takes care of the power by changing the resistance, so I can always put out the power it needs me to. Got the interval time, total time, that's self-explanatory. I've got a heart rate monitor on. You can see there my heart rate's about 107, and cadence, so that's just the number of revolutions per minute that I'm pedaling at. And it's about 90 RPM. which is about right for me. Anywhere between 85 and 95 is kind of my sort of comfort zone. So the whole point of the ramp test is to find out what your FTP is. FTP stands for functional threshold power. So your functional threshold power is like the maximum, is the theoretical, I suppose, maximum power output that you can sustain over the period of 60 minutes, an hour. It's just one of those things that cyclists use to gauge fitness and strength and that sort of thing. Now the reason it's useful to know is because it will help whatever kind of training program that you have. It helps you adapt and set the parameters of your training program. So in TrainerRoad, that will do it for me. So once it knows my FTP, it will adjust the intensity of the workouts to suit my ability, essentially, my level of fitness. So it was quite a while ago since I did my last FTP test, my last ramp test. I think it was about 6 weeks ago, and it measured at 290. So because I've had a bit of a break, I had a break first of all because I was failing the workouts, and I think I was just overdoing it, so I just needed to stop for a little bit. So because I've had a little bit of a break, I don't think that my FTP is going to be at 290, but I need to know what it is, otherwise I won't be able to, it'll have an impact on my training. Ramp tests are a relatively new thing. I think they were developed by TrainerRoad. The standard FTP test, there are different ones, but the standard one usually takes just over an hour. The actual the bit that tests your FTP is only 20 minutes. Essentially, that whole test consists of a warm-up, and then I think a little rest, and then you do like an exhaustive 5 minutes, so at a high power output for 5 minutes, and that's supposed to sort of tire you out a bit, so that when you come to do the 20 minutes, it's more accurate for what you would be able to achieve over an hour. I think that's what I do. So you do your 5 minutes, you then have I think it's like a 10-minute rest or something, 10 or 15 minutes rest. Sight riding, but very easy pedalling, and then you go straight into that 20 minutes. You do 20 minutes, the highest power you can. Obviously try and pace yourself. And then whatever that is, they take a percentage of that. I forgot what the percentage is. I think it's 95%. 95% of that average power over the 20 minutes. That's what your FTP is. So the ramp test is obviously very different to that. And what I think, it's not exactly this, but whatever your final, so today whatever my, whatever sort of final output I managed to get to, it's roughly 75%. So my FTP is roughly 75% of whatever power I get to. There's a bit more to it than that, but see my heart rate going up. That's probably because I'm talking too much. Talking will definitely stop at some point. Got no idea what this is going to score. I do know that it shouldn't be lower than 270 because I averaged that on a ride last week, and it's like over an hour, so I can do at least 270. It might be that, it might end up being that. We'll just have to wait and see. The benefit of a ramp test is you don't have to pace yourself because it does it all for you, and the pain element of it, the suffering, is much shorter. The problem with an all FTP test is that first of all, you have to roughly know what your FTP is before you start, and you have to pace it right during the 20 minutes, and if you get that pacing wrong, well, it's not going to be a good estimate of your functional threshold power. People have a preference. I found that I tend to score higher in TrainerRoad. That's not the reason I use it, but I always take that into account. And really, it's an indication. It's not absolute, but it should set my sort of training parameters correctly. That's all that matters, really. It's getting hard now. TrainerRoad do have both for all types of FTP tests, so you can choose, but their favourite one is the ramp test. Can't stand up either. Got to do the whole thing seated. You'll be watching me suffer very soon. Heart rate. My heart rate only goes up to about 175. Shut up. It does feel like work right now. Yeah. I want to give up. I'm done. Get tired. Finish test. 298. Couple days. Spin out the fatigue. Easy for you to say. Ease off the power then. Oh. That's good. 298. It does mean that every future training session is going to be that much harder though. So now I'll just spin my legs out. As a warm down. I was thinking about doing a short workout, but I just noticed that camera's gone off, which you'll have noticed a while ago. Won't you say anything? Good job I've got two. Anyway, I don't know whether you saw it on the screen. 298. That's a result, although when you know you were two off, you can always push yourself that little bit harder. I think, I could have done another 10 seconds. Would that have taken me up to 300? It doesn't really matter, to be honest. It doesn't matter at all. That's the right, there's not much in it. It should set the right training for me. and having 300 as an FTP, or wanting that as my FTP, it's just vanity. Oh, come here. Okay. So that's me done. I hope you found that interesting and to some degree informative. If you enjoyed watching the video, then please give it a like, it makes a big difference. And if you want to be notified whenever I release more content, then just click on the John Leask icon to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya.